Welcome to our channel. Today we delve into the rich history and numismatic legacy of the United Kingdom's 5 new pence coin, specifically the editions minted in 1968, 1975, 1978, and 1979, all featuring the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. These coins tell a story not just of metal and mint, but of a nation adapting to a modern decimal currency system, and a monarch whose image would grace British coinage for over 70 years. In the annals of British coinage, few coins bridge the traditional and the modern quite like the new pence 5-pence piece. In this episode, we journey to 1978, a pivotal moment in the evolution of UK currency. From its design origins and production to its circulation and condition today, this small silver coin carries a story far larger than its size suggests. In 1971, the United Kingdom officially decimalized its currency system. Out went the pounds, shillings, and pence of old. In came a base 10 system, 100 new pence to the pound. But the decimal coins didn't appear all at once in 1971. In fact, the 5 new pence coin was first released in 1968, 3 years before the transition, to familiarize the public with the new money system. It was the direct successor to the 1 shilling coin, matching it in size, weight, and value. By 1978, the decimal system was well integrated, yet coins still bore the legend new pence, a term that would be dropped only in 1982. At the heart of this coin lies a regal portrait, Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history at the time. Designer, Arnold. Machon portrait, Queen Elizabeth II is shown facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1978. Translation: Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This portrait was used on all decimal coins from 1968 to 1984, making it iconic in the UK's modern numismatic identity. The reverse of the 5p coin from 1978 showcases the badge of Scotland, reflecting the four-nation unity of the United Kingdom. Designer, Christopher Ironside. A thistle encircled by the crown of St. Edward. The thistle has long been the national emblem of Scotland. Inscriptions: new pence across the top, the numeral 5 below the thistle. This design honored the Scottish heritage and was a part of a wider approach to reflect UK national symbols across coins. Mint location: the coin was minted at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, South Wales, which became the official minting facility in 1968, coinciding with the beginning of decimal coin production. Distribution area: these coins circulated throughout the entire United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The Royal Mint in Llantrisant is one of the most advanced mints in the world, and by 1978 it was producing billions of coins annually for the UK and foreign governments. Specification value: year of issue 1978, mintage 72,456, 0 diameter 23, 59 mm, weight 5.65 grams, composition cupro nickel, 75% Q, 25% Ni. Edge milled legend on reverse, new pence, mint mark none. This was a circulating coin, not a commemorative or limited edition piece. The 1978 5p coin entered widespread circulation across the UK in that same year. It was equivalent in value to 1/20th of a pound. At the time, a 5p coin could buy small groceries, postage stamps, or payphone calls. These coins were commonly used into the 1980s. In 1990, a smaller version of the 5p coin was introduced to reflect lower metal costs and better coin handling efficiency. As a result, the original large-sized 5p coins, including the 1978 version, were demonetized on 31st December 1990. They are no longer legal tender but are still popular in the numismatic market. Collectors categorize coins based on grading conditions, which directly affect their value. Grading system: grade description value 2025, poor; P heavily worn, details flat face value or less fine; F moderate wear, most design visible; ELO 10, 0, 20 very fine; VF clear details, some high points worn; 030, 050 extremely fine; EF sharp detail, minimal wear; 0.75, 1.50 uncirculated; BU no wear, full mint luster; 1/150, 2.150 proof; mirror finish, struck with polished dies for sets 3 Rs 5 Rs SARS. Brilliant uncirculated, BU, and proof versions were available in Royal Mint sets. 1978 BU and proof coins are sought after by collectors completing year sets or decimal collections. Look for these key features. Date clearly marked on the obverse, beneath Queen Elizabeth's portrait. New pence, written at the top of the reverse side. Scottish thistle crowned, centered prominently. Diameter larger than today's 5p coins, introduced in 1990. The 1978 5p was part of the last full decade using the large 5p coin, which closely matched the former 1 shilling in size. Although it says new pence, by 1978, there was nothing new about it. The term remained until 1981. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait by Arnold Machine was one of the most reproduced images of all time, appearing on stamps and all decimal coinage during this period. Though it may seem like a simple coin, the 1978 5 new pence is a physical echo of Britain's monetary transformation. A token of a time when the UK stepped into the modern economic age, it holds not only fiscal but also historical and artistic value. In collectors' hands and memory albums, its silver shine continues to tell a story of change, unity, and the enduring presence of a monarch whose face defined an era. Before the world turned digital, before contactless payments became the norm, coins spoke volumes about culture, monarchy, and economy. Among these metallic messengers, the 1968 5-pence coin marks a unique and groundbreaking moment in British numismatic history. It was the first decimal coin released to the public, a bold step into the future. In this episode, we explore the full story of the 1968 Elizabeth II new pence 5p coin. The United Kingdom, like much of the world, used a non-decimal monetary system for centuries. Pounds, shillings, and pence. Horn thalers, 20 shillings, 1 shilling, formed 12 pence. So, horn thalers, 240 pence. This system, though steeped in tradition, was complex and difficult for international trade and modern accounting. By the mid-20th century, it became clear that modernization was needed. After much planning and legislative groundwork, the UK committed to decimalization, scheduled for Decimal Day, 15th of February 1971. However, coins needed to be introduced early to familiarize the public with the new system. Thus, in 1968, the first decimal coin, the 5 new pence, was released into circulation, alongside its twin, the 10p. The obverse, front, of the coin features the young effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, captured in a poised and stately profile. Designer, Arnold Machine R.A. The Queen wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift from Queen Mary. Her expression is calm and composed, a symbol of continuity during a time of change. Elizabeth II, de Greg Feed, 1968. Elizabeth II, De Gratia, Regina, Fide, Defensor. Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This portrait debuted in 1968 and remained on all UK coins until 1984, becoming one of the most reproduced royal images of the 20th century. The reverse design was both a nod to tradition and a symbol of national unity within the UK. Designer, Christopher Ironside Design. Elements, a crowned thistle, the emblem of Scotland. The St. Edward's crown atop the thistle represents royal authority. The text, New Pence, encircles the upper rim. The numeral 5 sits boldly beneath the thistle. This combination visually conveyed that the coin belonged to a new system, but honored the United Kingdom's rich history. Mint location, Royal Mint, Llantrisant, South Wales. In 1968, the Royal Mint had just opened its new minting facility in Llantrisant to handle the mass production required by decimalization. The coin entered general circulation across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It was also used in some British overseas territories. Fun fact, the 1968 5p was identical in size, weight, and metal to the shilling, allowing both to circulate side by side until the early 1990s. Feature details: year of issue 1968, denomination. New pence composition, cupro nickel, 75% Q, 25% Ni, diameter 23.59 mm, weight 565 grams, edge milled, reeded, reverse inscription, new pence, plus numeral, 5 mintage quantity 336 143,205, legal tender, until 31. December 1990. This coin was one of the largest mintage years for the 5p denomination, as the government anticipated broad need during the transition. The 1968 5p entered general circulation in 1968, 3 years before decimal day. It circulated alongside the shilling, which retained its legal value of 5p. The public found comfort in the familiar size and weight, easing the transition. The coin remained in circulation until 1990, when it was withdrawn and demonetized. Smaller version of the 5p coin was introduced that year. The 1968 5p is no longer legal tender. It remains a valuable collector's item for grade description estimated value, 2025. Poor, P, heavily worn, barely readable face value, historical. Fine, F, wear on high points, details visible, 0.10, 0. Q, very fine, VF, moderate wear, all legends clear, 0. 5, 0, 50 extremely fine, EF, minimal wear. Strong detail 0.75, 1.25 brilliant uncirculated, BU. No wear, mint luster intact, 1.50, 2.50 proof mirror finish, struck for collectors, 3.05, COR, plus. Proof and BU versions were included in Royal Mint annual sets. Highest value comes from coins in original mint packaging, uncirculated, or with historical certificates. The 1968 5p coin was among the first coins to enter public hands in the decimal era. Its size and feel were deliberately identical to the 1 shilling coin to reduce resistance to change. It was the only 5p coin with the new pence wording that came before decimal day. Over 336 million were minted, making it one of the most widely distributed pre-1971 coins. You may still find 1968 5p coins in Royal Mint education kits or decimalization displays. More than just metal, the 1968 Elizabeth II 5 new pence coin symbolized transformation. It marked the dawn of a new era, modernity meeting monarchy. For a generation, it was the future jingling in their pockets. Today, it is a monument to change, to careful planning, royal symbolism, and national identity minted into silver. Want this as a PDF coin profile sheet? Need a display card template for collectors? Interested in a comparison with 1971 and 1978 5p coins? The second last step, 1979 5. New pence coin, bearing the poised profile of Queen Elizabeth II, is one such transitional piece. Issued near the end of the new pence era, it stands as a relic of decimalization's maturity and a tribute to enduring royal symbolism. Let us explore its full story. From mint to memory. The United Kingdom's shift to a decimal currency system culminated on decimal day, 15th of February 1971, when the old pounds, shillings, and pence were replaced by 100 new pence to the pound. However, the 5 new pence coin had already been introduced in 1968, 3 years before the official changeover, as part of a phased public education strategy. The coin was designed to replace the shilling and was identical in size and value. By 1979, decimalization had been the norm for nearly a decade, and coins bearing the new pence inscription were familiar and widely used, but their time was coming to an end. In 1982, the legend would change from new pence to simply 5 pence. The 1979 5p coin, therefore, was among the last to feature the original new pence design, closing the chapter on an early decimal. Design convention. Designer: Arnold Machine. R.A. The Queen is shown facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The portrait reflects elegance and national stability, a symbol of the monarch's unshaken presence in a rapidly changing society. Elizabeth II, Degeregftub 1979. Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This obverse design was introduced in 1968 and remained in use across all UK coins until 1984. Designer: Christopher Ironside. A crowned thistle, the national emblem of Scotland, at the center. The crown depicted is the St. Edward's crown, used in the coronation of British monarchs. The inscription New Pence arcs along the top, and the numeral 5 is placed below the thistle. The thistle design was part of a larger theme on UK decimal coinage, where each denomination featured a national emblem. The 5p coin honored Scotland, Mint, the Royal Mint, Llantrisant, South Wales, This state-of-the-art minting facility became the official home of UK coin production in the late 1960s, having moved from Tower Hill, London. By 1979, the Royal Mint in Wales was fully operational and produced billions of coins for both domestic and international use. The 1979 5p coin was distributed across the entire United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It was legal tender for 5 new pence and widely accepted in daily commerce from high streets to school canteens. Feature details: denomination 5 new pence, year of issue 1979, mintage quantity 89ths 9 in 21,000, composition cupro, nickel 75% copper 25% nickel, diameter 23.59, immediate weight 5.65 grams, edge milled, reeded, reverse inscription, new pence. Plus, numeral 5, legal tender. Status until December 31st, 1990. This was one of the larger mintage years, as the coin was widely used and accepted across all income and age groups. The 1979 5p was a standard circulating coin, found in change and daily use throughout the UK. It shared identical specifications with the pre-decimal shilling, which remained in use alongside the decimal 5p. In 1990, the original large-sized 5p coin was demonetized and replaced with a smaller 5p coin to reduce cost and weight. As a result, the 1979 5p lost its status as legal tender on 31st December 1990. Even though the 1979 5p is not particularly rare, condition plays a key role in its collectible value. Grade description: market value, 2025, poor, P heavy wear, flat details, face value, or 0.05 fine, F, noticeable wear, design partially visible, 0.10, 0.20 very fine, VF, moderate wear, clear legends and partial detail, 0.30, 0.50, extremely fine, EF, light wear, almost full design detail, 0.075, fine 1, brilliant uncirculated, BU, no wear, mint luster intact, sharp edges, wand 52.50 proof mirror finish, struck for collector sets only, 3.05, SIL. Look for full reading on the edge, a sign of uncirculated condition. BU and proof coins were issued in Royal Mint annual sets, which preserve their mint state. New pence. Era ends. This coin was among the last to use new pence on the reverse. By 1982, coins read simply 5 pence. Not rare, but nostalgic. Most 1979 5p coins were used and discarded when demonetized, but uncirculated examples in mint packaging are still sought after. School days. Coin. For many children of the 1970s and early 80s, this coin was their first real experience handling money, for buses, snacks, or games. It was born in a modern mint, engraved with centuries of symbolism, and passed through millions of British hands. The 1979 5 new pence coin was both a piece of change and a piece of history, witnessing the twilight of one design era and preparing the path for another. Though no longer legal tender, it remains a timeless reminder of decimal Britain and the enduring reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Printable collector's info sheet, PDF, coin display label template, comparison table, 1968 versus 1979 versus 1982, 5p coins, proof and BU checklist for Elizabeth II, decimal coins. The last step, 1975, 5 new pence coin, is just such a coin, a product of planning, precision, and policy, but never a participant in daily commerce. In this chapter of British numismatic history, we explore the story of the elusive and exclusive 1975 Elizabeth II 5 pence coin. In 1971, the UK officially adopted a decimal currency system, simplifying a centuries-old monetary structure. The 5 new pence coin had already entered circulation in 1968, predating decimal day by 3 years. It replaced the 1 shilling coin, sharing the same weight, diameter, and value. By 1975, the decimal system was fully established. The British public had adapted, and the new currency was now familiar. Yet, despite being in the heart of the decimal era, the 5p coin dated 1975 was never released for general circulation. It is known today as a non-circulating issue, struck exclusively For collectors and proof sets, designer, Arnold Machine R.A. Design. Introduction. First used in 1968. The portrait features Queen Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It is a right-facing bust, calm and dignified, representing continuity and modernity. Legend inscription, Elizabeth II de Greg Fiddy 1975. Translation, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This iconic portrait remained on British decimal coinage until 1984, and is one of the most widely recognized representations of the late Queen. Designer, Christopher Ironside. Symbolism, a thistle, the national emblem of Scotland, crowned with the St. Edward's crown. This image signifies Scotland's place within the United Kingdom and royal unity. New Pence inscribed at the top. The numeral 5 at the bottom. The use of the thistle on the 5p coin is part of a broader design strategy from Ironside, where UK coinage featured symbols from the different nations within Britain. All 1975 dated 5p coins were struck at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, South Wales. The Royal Mint had only recently transitioned its full operations from London to this modern facility in the Welsh Valleys, a critical move for the decimalization process. The 1975 5p coins were never distributed into circulation. Instead, they were included exclusively in Royal Mint proof sets and uncirculated collector sets. These sets were shipped across the UK and overseas, to hobbyists, collectors, and international customers. Attribute details, year of issue 1975 mintage, unknown. Exact total, estimated 250,000. Proof BU only, legal tender yes, but never released into circulation. Diameter 23.5. 9 minimum weight 565 grams composition, Cupro nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Edge milled reverse inscription, New Pence. Because it was never circulated, all existing 1975 5p coins are either proof strikes or brilliant uncirculated, BU, preserved in optimal condition. The 1975 5p was not released into public coinage. It holds no wear and tear circulation records, and no known examples exist in public use. This distinguishes it from other New Pence years, like 1968, 1978, 1979, which were minted in the tens or hundreds of millions for the general public. Available in 1975. Royal Mint proof sets, 1975. Brilliant uncirculated annual sets. Collectors who purchased sets directly from the Royal Mint or resellers are the only source for genuine 1975 5p coins. Because all 1975 5p coins are uncirculated by nature, collectors evaluate them using higher-end condition standards. Grade description, estimated value, 2025. Brilliant uncirculated, BU, nowhere. Strong mint luster, 1.53 Muir proof struck, with polished dies, mirror-like surfaces. Fro 6 Troorok, certified proof, PR, 69 year 70. Third-party graded, perfect or near-perfect condition. 10 Muir plus, depending on market. Moderate, high interest from decimal, coin collectors, Elizabeth II collectors, and proof set completists. Rarity value stems from its non-circulating status, low mintage, and the fact that many coins remain sealed in original sets. This is one of only a few UK decimal coins to be dated and struck but not released into circulation. It's a perfect teaching tool for illustrating decimalization history. Collector-grade coin differences. How non-circulating legal tender works. Some mistakenly believe the coin was a pattern or prototype. It wasn't. It was a full production coin, just not distributed through banks or shops. The New Pence inscription would remain until 1981. From 1982 onward, it was replaced by 5 pence. The 1975 5 New Pence coin is a quiet chapter in Britain's decimal story. Struck with care, marked by tradition, and sealed away for collectors, it never touched the hands of shopkeepers or schoolchildren. But that absence makes it special. A still shining symbol of the UK's monetary transformation and the enduring reign of Queen Elizabeth II. In drawers, albums, and velvet cases, it remains untouched, yet unforgettable. Printable coin. Fact sheet, PDF, coin label for display cases. Comparison chart with 1971, 1978, and 1982. 5p coins, Guide to Identifying Fake or Replica, 1975. 5p coins.
This president from 1857 to 1861. The coin was minted in 2010, not 1957. No US presidential dollar coins existed in 1957. Born April 23, 1791. Cove Gap, Pennsylvania. Died June 1, 1868. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Party Democrat. Term 1857-1861. One-term profession: lawyer, congressman, senator, secretary of state. Diplomat, born in a remote Appalachian area now commemorated as Buchanan's birthplace. State Park. Lived most of his life at Whitland Estate in Lancaster, PA. Served as a foreign diplomat to both Russia and Great Britain. Buchanan entered office as the U.S. faced extreme division over slavery, territorial expansion, and states' rights. His presidency is largely seen as a failure to prevent the Civil War. Dred Scott v. Sanford, 1857. Buchanan supported the Supreme Court's pro-slavery ruling. Deepening national division. Panic of 1857. A severe economic crisis during his presidency. John Brown's Raid, 1859. Buchanan condemned the raid but failed to address the underlying issues. Secession crisis. Southern states began seceding from the Union at the end of his presidency. Buchanan did little to stop them. Released August 19, 2010 series presidential $1 coin program minted by U.S. Mint under the 2005 Presidential $1 Coin Act order. In series 15th of the 39 presidential coins. Portrait of James Buchanan. Inscriptions: James Buchanan, 15th President, 1857 to 1861. Designer: Phoebe Hemphill. Depiction of the Statue of Liberty, United States of America. $1 designer: Don Everhart. Edge lettering incused on rim: Dois mil e dez pluribus unam, in God we trust. Mint mark: PD or S. Mint location: mintage approximate type Philadelphia. Opening parenthesis P closing parenthesis 36,54000. Circulating Denver D36,820,000. Circulating San Francisco S1,244,863. Proof: typical value $1. 0 face value mild premium if still in excellent shape $1.10. $1.50 uncirculated. Condition: mint state grade. Estimated volumes 62 ms $63. $2.004. OOMs -65. High quality $5.00. $10. OOMs -67 plus. Slabbed by NGC PCGS $15. $50.00 plus. Proof S mint $5. 0 $15 error coins, such as those missing edge lettering or with double inscriptions, may be worth $50 to $100 plus depending on rarity and grading. Rolls of 25 coins from mint collector bags. 100 coins presidential dollar proof sets. Mint issued folders and albums. Preservation tips: handle with gloves to prevent oils, fingerprints. Use airtight holders or capsules. Store in cool, dry environment to avoid oxidation. Though widely criticized, Buchanan's presidency is a case study in failed leadership during a constitutional crisis. His coin stands not to glorify, but to teach a lesson about the consequences of inaction and division, the limits of executive power, the deep regional and ideological divides of 19th century America, the fragility of the unions. The James Buchanan $1 coin, while modest in monetary value, carries significant historical weight. It invites reflection on a president whose legacy is often marked by what he didn't do rather than what he did. For collectors, it's a chance to hold a tangible piece of a pivotal time just before America's darkest conflict. Whether you're completing the Presidential Dollar series, exploring U.S. political history, or just discovering the educational power of coins, this piece connects modern America to a time of deep national transformation. The next step: George Washington, born February 22, 1732, Westmoreland County, Virginia. Died December 14, 1799, Mount Vernon, Virginia. Presidency April 30, 1789, March 4, 1797. Political party: none. Independent. George Washington was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States and served terms from 1789 to 1797. His leadership was instrumental in shaping the newly formed nation and setting precedents for the federal government. Establishment of the new government oversaw the creation of the executive departments and the establishment of the federal judiciary. Neutrality Proclamation declared a policy of neutrality in foreign conflicts, particularly in the wars between France and Britain. Whiskey Rebellion successfully suppressed an uprising, demonstrating the power of the new federal government. Farewell Address. In his farewell address, he advised the nation to avoid political parties and foreign alliances. Composition: 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, 2% nickel. Weight: 8.1 grams. Diameter: 26.5 millimeters edge, lettered with E pluribus unum and In God We Trust mint marks. P Philadelphia, D Denver, S San Francisco for proof coins obverse. Features a portrait of George Washington, based on a bust by Buchanan. Inscriptions include George Washington, first president, and 1789 to 1797. Reverse depicts the Statue of Liberty. Inscriptions include United States of America and $1. Philadelphia P. 176,680,000 Denver. D. 163,680 San Francisco. S. Proof. 3,965,989 source coin mintages value, typically worth face value $1. Though coins in excellent condition may be worth slightly more. Availability, commonly found in circulation, making them accessible for collectors. Value higher than face value, with prices varying based on condition and rarity. Grading. Coins are graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or Professional Coin Grading Service (PC). Higher grades, for example MS65 or above, command higher prices. Special editions, satin finish and proof versions are specially produced for collectors and are more valuable. Missing edge lettering. Some coins were struck without the edge inscriptions, making them rare and highly sought after by collectors. First day of issue, coins minted on the first day of production may carry a premium. Grade approximate value $-60 to $-65 5 OOPR $-70 15.00 Note. Values can fluctuate based on market demand and coin condition. Mount Vernon, Washington's plantation home in Virginia, now a historic site. Federal capital, Washington, D.C., established as the nation's capital during his presidency. Legacy, Washington's leadership and decisions laid the foundation for the United States democratic institutions. The George Washington presidential $1 coin not only commemorates the nation's first president, but also serves as a tangible connection to the early years of the United States. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, understanding the history and value of this coin enhances its significance in your collection. The next step. Thomas Jefferson, born April 13, 1743, Shadwell, Virginia, died July 4, 1826. Monticello, Virginia presidency, March 4, 1801, March 4, 1809. Political party, Democratic Republican. Thomas Jefferson was the third president of the United States and a founding father who played a pivotal role in the early development of the nation. His presidency is noted for the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. Louisiana Purchase, 1803, doubled the size of the United States by acquiring territory from France. Lewis and Clark Expedition 1804-1806 commissioned the exploration of the newly acquired Western territories. Embargo Act of 1807 attempted to maintain American neutrality by prohibiting trade with foreign nations. Advancement of democratic republican ideals, advocated for a limited federal government and agrarianism. Composition 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, 2% nickel. Weight 8.1 grams. Diameter 26.5 millimeters. Edge lettered with E pluribus unum and In God We Trust mint marks. P Philadelphia, D Denver, S San Francisco for proof coins obverse. Features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson designed by Joseph Mena. Inscriptions include Thomas Jefferson, third president, and 1801 to 1809. Reverse depicts the Statue of Liberty, designed by Don Ever. Inscriptions include United States of America and $1. Philadelphia P 100,800,000 Denver. D 102,810 San Francisco. S. Proof 3,965,989 source coin mintages value, typically worth face value $1. Though coins in excellent condition may be worth slightly more. Availability, commonly found in circulation, making them accessible for collectors. Value higher than face value, with prices varying based on condition and rarity. Grading. Coins are graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or Professional Coin Grading Service (PC). Higher grades, for example MS65 or above, command higher prices. Special editions, satin finish and proof versions are specially produced for collectors and are more valuable. Missing edge lettering. Some coins were struck without the edge inscriptions, making them rare and highly sought after by collectors. First day of issue. Coins minted on the first day of production may carry a premium. Grade approximate value $-60 200 $-65 500 PR $-70 15.00 Note. Values can fluctuate based on market demand and coin condition. Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia, now a historic site. Washington, D.C. As president, he oversaw the construction of the nation's capital. Louisiana Territory, the vast area acquired through the Louisiana Purchase, which Jefferson sought to explore and settle. The Thomas Jefferson presidential $1 coin not only commemorates the nation's third president, but also serves as a tangible connection to the early years of the United States. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, Understanding the history and value of this coin enhances its significance in your collection. The second last step, Abraham Lincoln, born February 12, 1809, Hardin County, now LaRue County, Kentucky, died April 15, 1865, Washington, D.C. Presidency, March 4, 1861, April 15, 1865. Political party Republican. Abraham Lincoln served as the 16th President of the United States during one of the most tumultuous periods in American history, the Civil War. His leadership preserved the Union and led to the abolition of slavery. Emancipation Proclamation 1863 issued an executive order freeing slaves in Confederate-held territory. Gettysburg Address 1863 delivered a speech redefining the purpose of the war and the nation's commitment to equality. 13th Amendment 1865 championed and saw the passage of the amendment that abolished slavery in the United States. Composition: 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, 2% nickel. Weight: 8.1 grams. Diameter: 26.5 millimeters. Edge: leaded with E pluribus unum and In God We Trust mint marks. P. Philadelphia, D. Denver, S. San Francisco. For proof coins. Obverse: features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, inspired by the statue of him at the Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions include Abraham Lincoln, 16th President, in 1861 to 1865. Reverse: depicts the Statue of Liberty. Inscriptions include United States of America and $1. Philadelphia, P. 48,020,000. Denver, D. 49,0 San Francisco. S. Proof: 2,224,613. Source: coin mintages. Value: typically worth face value $1, though coins in excellent condition may be worth slightly more. Availability: commonly found in circulation, making them accessible for collectors. Value higher than face value, with prices varying based on condition and rarity. Grading: coins are graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or Professional Coin Grading Service (PCG). Higher grades, for example MS-65 or above, command higher prices. Special editions: satin finish and proof versions are specially produced for collectors and are more valuable. Missing edge lettering: some coins were struck without the edge inscriptions, making them rare and highly sought after by collectors. First day of issue: coins minted on the first day of production may carry a premium. Grade: approximate value $-60 to $-65 500 PR $-70 15.00. Note: values can fluctuate based on market demand and coin condition. Lincoln Memorial, located in Washington, D.C. The memorial honors President Lincoln and is the inspiration for the coin's obverse design. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the site of the Battle of Gettysburg and the location where Lincoln delivered his famous address. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, where Lincoln served as president and where he delivered many of his most important speeches. The Abraham Lincoln presidential $1 coin not only commemorates the nation's 16th president but also serves as a tangible connection to the Civil War era and the enduring legacy of Lincoln's leadership. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist, a casual collector, understanding the history and value of this coin enhances its significance in your collection.
Presidential $1 coin program, not an 1850s issue. Let's clarify that and give a comprehensive overview. The James Buchanan $1 coin is part of the presidential $1 coin program, which ran from 2007 to 2016, issuing coins honoring each U.S. president in the order of their service. The Buchanan coin, honoring the 15th President of the United States, was released in 2010. Although it references the years 1857 to 1861, which are the years Buchanan served as president, it was not minted in the 1800s. Instead, it was struck over a century later by the United States Mint. Let's explore its historical background, geographic ties, and coin details, including what you need to know about circulated and uncirculated conditions. Born April 23, 1791, in Cove Gap, Pennsylvania, Buchanan was a lifelong Pennsylvanian and the only U.S. president to hail entirely from that state. A lawyer by profession, Buchanan held several prominent political offices: U.S. House of Representatives, 1821-1831, Minister to Russia, U.S., Senator from Pennsylvania, 1834-1845, Secretary of State under President James K. Polk, Minister to the United Kingdom before his presidency. Buchanan was elected as the 15th President of the United States, serving from March 4, 1857 to March 4, 1861. His term was marked by increasing sectional tensions over slavery, which eventually led to the secession of Southern states. He is often criticized for his inaction in the face of growing conflict between North and South, and he is commonly ranked among the least effective U.S. presidents. The Dred Scott decision occurred during his term, and many believe he quietly supported the ruling that denied citizenship to African Americans. Wheatland, Buchanan's estate in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, is now a museum dedicated to his life and presidency. The James Buchanan Birthplace State Park in Cove Gap commemorates his early life in the Appalachian foothills. The coin was struck in Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D. These mints distributed millions of coins across the U.S., but most never entered general circulation due to limited public interest. Program: Presidential $1 coin program release. Year: 2010 presidency years. Shown 1857-1861 mints, Philadelphia, P, Denver, D. Portrait of James Buchanan, inscriptions, James T.T.1. Buchanan, 15th President, 1857-1861. Sculpted by Phoebe Hemphill, features the Statue of Liberty designer. Don Everhart inscriptions, Horntorn, United States of America. Inscriptions, E pluribus unum. In God We Trust, mint mark, P or D. Year of minting, 2010. Composition, manganese brass clad, 88.5%, Q, 6% Zn, 3.5% Mn, 2%, Ni diameter, 26.5 millimeters weight, 8.1 grams, color, golden hue, not actual gold. Coins released into the economy through banks typically exhibit signs of wear, smooth details, edge lettering may be faint, slight discoloration. Face value, $1 though. Collectors may pay slightly more depending on condition. Common in bulk sales or rolls from coin dealers. Never used in general commerce. Preserved in pristine condition. Acquired directly from the U.S. Mint or trusted dealers. Types: mint state, MS-60, MS-70. Graded on sharpness and lack of wear. MS-70 is perfect. Satin finish, special mint set. Quality coins with a softer matte appearance. Proof: coins, higher detail and mirror-like finish minted at San Francisco. S. Buchanan dollar was not issued as a proof, only regular business strike. Circulated, 1.0 to 150, uncirculated. Mint state, 2.0, 5.0. Depending on grade rolls and bags from the U.S. Mint, may be worth more in original packaging. Popular among presidential history buffs. Full set collectors of the presidential dollar series, coin roll hunters. Less rare compared to earlier coins in the series, like George Washington or Thomas Jefferson. Low circulation means many exist in mint condition in government storage or collections. The James Buchanan $1 coin may not be made of precious metals or widely circulated, but it holds significant educational and commemorative value. It highlights a complex and critical moment in American history, on the eve of the Civil War, and offers a tangible link to the legacy of the 15th U.S. president. Although its face value is only $1, in uncirculated condition, it becomes part of a broader narrative told through the U.S. presidential coin series, a narrative of leaders, policy, and history. Whether you're a collector or a student of history, this coin serves as a golden snapshot of a troubled presidency in a divided nation.